man. I was worried about it because they said it's going to get down in the 20s
Oh,
tonight.
what? Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like 80 grand.
Wow.
It's going to make it pretty good on the East Coast.
That's where he lives.
Just finished the third exercise.
All right, y'all, so without further ado, let me set up this iPhone here and hopefully this comes out, but I don't have my camera with me where I'm at. I just have my iPhone, so I'm gonna try to speak up, and if you hear anything in the background, it's not me, it's not under my control, the noise here. But I'm just gonna take you through the past, I guess the year and the past 2 months specifically. But I just wanna cover a couple things before we get into the unknown growth in my eye that was removed, that's being tested for cancer. I want to apologize to everyone in my Instagram. I have like 20 messages in my DM, which is tons for me, and I haven't gotten around to read them because I don't really know what to say. So thank you if there's kind words in there, but nothing's really making me feel better at this point. This feels pretty good though. So I've had this video recording since I saw the dermatologist on Monday and was told it could be cancer. Went ahead and had it removed on Wednesday, and so I spent Monday in bed, Tuesday in bed, Wednesday had the surgery, spent it in bed. Thursday I went out for a walk and the wind and the dust was so painful that I went back to bed. Friday I flew out of Denver, so I just stayed in bed on Friday too so I could fly. Now it's Sunday. So beginning in February I woke up with like a sty, like a bruise on my eye that just felt, you know, pain level 2 out of 10. I went to a pharmacist. She said put a hot towel on it for a couple days on and off, beginning of February 2 months ago. So I put a hot towel on the sty. It inflamed and got full of pus and fluid. And I went to an urgent care and level 7 out of 10 pain, almost passing out. And they gave me 10 days of antibiotics. And that's when I made the videos showing you guys what I was gonna do on antibiotics. And this was at a very difficult point in my life where January I spent recovering a knee injury, February I spent recovering a rotator cuff, and then I had to start March with antibiotics, which are horrible for anyone recovering from anything. So January was a wash, February I lost muscle, March I lost muscle on antibiotics, and after those 10 days of antibiotics, this thigh hardened and just chilled. So I gave it 2 weeks. I was very anxious, very depressed, almost bipolar, and I've never been that in my life because I had something growing on me and I felt like I was dying from the inside out on the antibiotics. The second time, it was so brutal. I was delirious and I felt like I should have been in a hospital or in a jail cell, not really out in public. And when you have that feeling, it's kind of just like being in hell all the time, and you can have relief, but you always know where you're going back to. So that's kind of the mindset that's just been beaten into me ever since that sty happened in March. So let's get to the end of March here. A couple weeks after my antibiotics, I plan a trip to Vancouver to meet a friend of mine. The day before, a couple days before I leave for the trip, I'm like, all right, let me go to the urgent care and see if they can give me any advice for this sty before I leave the country. The doctor at the urgent care, the third person point of contact, pharmacist, doctor, antibiotics the first time, doctor, referred me to an optometrist. So the next day I rushed to the optometrist before visiting my friend in Vancouver, and the fourth doctor says if they remove that, they're gonna lift your eyelid and cut it from the inside. And it's brutal and you'll never be the same again. So this eye doctor, the fourth point of contact, scared the shit out of me into taking antibiotics twice. So I'm on antibiotics 12th, 13th day, shitting myself, shitting in my bed. And the person I'm going to visit is, I don't blame her, but there's nothing you can do. So that didn't work out very well. I rushed home immediately, very sick, finished my antibiotics, and after the 17 days total of antibiotics, I just gave up on everything. I was literally dying from the inside out, and what was on my face was getting worse. So I spent a few days going to work, just trying to put one foot in front of the other, trying not to have panic attacks and explode on people. and I couldn't take it anymore. So I called a dermatologist the Friday after I got back. So now it's March has passed, beginning of April, saw the second antibiotics course. It's now mid-April and I'm on the phone with a dermatologist, the 5th point of professional contact. This dermatologist says, sure, come on in. We'll have someone look at it. Big mistake. I call a 6th person, a dermatologist, and this dermatologist says, hey, you know what? You don't need to see us. You need to go to an oculoplastic surgeon. So by the time I go to the 7th professional, now someone could tell me you should see an eye surgeon. So maybe I should have had the foresight, the wherewithal, done the research, but if someone gets their leg blown off, they're gonna go to the hospital and say help. They're not gonna go online and do research and see who has the most experience with leg reconstructive surgery, who's good on the right side, who's good with tall people. When you're in pain, you just want drugs or you want a solution or more pain or you want something other than what you're feeling, whether it's better or worse. So I see a light at the end of the tunnel the weekend before going to see that dermatologist. I booked a dermatologist appointment Monday and then called and they said don't come to one, but I knew it was smart to get a second opinion. And then I booked a surgeon for Wednesday. I spent that weekend calling around looking for other surgeons. Every single other surgeon I called was booked until June or July. So it was the only person in the States that I could find to perform this surgery, which was alarming to begin with. So I'm gonna let you guys just take a break from this. I'll pop in here and say something, give a quick word about how I was feeling during this workout, and then we'll finish it up. But to sum up, it took me visiting 5 or 6 doctors and coming up to that weekend before the Monday, Wednesday. This was just this last week. Monday, I saw the dermatologist. Wednesday, I had the surgery. So we're gonna go over how that went. And let's just say the 6-7 weeks up to that Monday when I saw the dermatologist were everything I had, every single thing I had in me available for myself. So we'll pick up in a second where Monday took us and where Wednesday took us. All right guys, so that's a really good workout. Unfortunately, still dealing with this, but about to finish up with calves. Had a good overall session. Knees feeling better, stronger, less pain. Super hard to recruit these muscles still. So that's what I'm training, these muscles. On the extension, on the split squats, even on the standing stiff leg deadlift. To have your knee locked while you bend, you really have to pull through the inside to stabilize. So that's what my training is focused around. And yeah, we'll see. Let's kill calves now. All right guys, so Monday, a week ago or so, I walk into the dermatologist in a good mood, finally happy to have some relief coming. First thing he does is say, oh, you went to FSU, my daughter went to UF and all this stuff. So he's trying to be cordial with me. I hate football, I hate sports. I don't like FSU, I don't like UF. But he wants to engage me in a conversation about the rivalry between two things I don't like. So whatever, that's just what Americans do. That's what men or sports fans, male or female, just generally do, whatever it is. So he looks at my eye, can't really determine what it is, and then out of nowhere he just goes, yeah, it also could be cancer, it looks cancerous, verbatim. So I have nothing left, and the professional I'm finally seeking for a second opinion before I see the surgeon, his opinion is it might be cancer, so very helpful, very helpful there. And then he goes, but you know, they call me a catastrophizer around here, and this is Dr., give me a second here. Guys, the dermatologist's name is Dr. Maloney. I'll go ahead and put a picture of him. This guy sucks, he shouldn't be practicing, he's an idiot. He used the words cancer, catastrophizer, and talked about football rivalries to someone who is suffering. So 3 things that I'm not interested in. So that was Monday. I left with an inflamed stomach. I left sick. I almost vomited. I didn't eat for like 20 hours after that news. I was in so much pain and so frustrated, and I just wanted help. And the help I got was, that looks worse than I think it is, and it looks like cancer. So I finally see the surgeon Wednesday, probably ate 2 or 3 meals in between then, basically quit my job. I couldn't be around kids, I was just too aggressive. And long story short, I go in Wednesday morning finally by myself, have a short conversation with Dr. Hawes. Excellent doctor. Luckily, the last person I found, the person who mattered the most, is awesome, a consummate professional. So he's very comforting, excellent bedside manner. As soon as I start crying, he gives me a tissue like, I don't even know, like a magician. It just came out of nowhere into my hand and then he disappeared. And that was the most comfort, love, relief, and hope that I had felt this entire time. So I ask him what we're gonna do. We talk about the cancer and he just goes, oh, we're gonna remove it. And so, 30 seconds later, there's a needle in my face twice. And he's numbing me up and I'm just sitting there with a clamp on my eye, him and a nurse assistant cutting my eye, removing the thing, putting it in a tube, sending it off, and then burning my eye shut. And at this point, bodybuilding, eating, sleeping, drinking, having sex, going to the bathroom, these are all things that are just speed bumps and obstacles that require me to get out of bed. And that's how I feel about it. The less I eat, the less people I message on Instagram or respond to, the less people I try to reach out to, the less explanation I have to go through. It took 15 minutes of this video with no interruptions, really, just for me to tell you guys objectively what I've been going through. Subjectively, internally, it's been just as traumatizing as when I got an STD when I was in my early 20s and I thought my life was over. It's just as it's just hard to explain. No one could ever make me feel this way with words or actions. It's really when you're given drugs by the people you trust and you're suffering and being made sicker from the people that are supposed to help you, and the people around you think this is helping you because they know you're going to the doctor and you're doing whatever you need to be doing. So your friends, your relationship or significant other, on the surface they want to understand, but they don't have the time or the capacity to give a fuck. So I'm making this video for you guys, mostly for myself, because the burden of knowing that I failed and not even being able to speak the failure and move on, whether YouTube or not, whether filming or not, it doesn't matter to me anymore. I just don't want to be this aggressive bipolar person who can't control their bowels or their emotions and who can't go to the gym or eat. And I just feel like I've literally lost everything. So the results from the growth in my skin come back Tuesday or Wednesday, and it's Sunday right now. So I wanted to make this video before I got the news. I wanted to make this video on Monday. I wanted to make this video on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday, on Saturday, and now it's Sunday at 2:52 p.m. I'm not home. I'm alone because people I came to visit, they rather argue and have discussion versus just celebrating anything. And I'm alone again, so I'll be going back home and I'll be back to going home alone again, and it's fine. I just don't know where to go anymore. So bodybuilding was what kept me grounded for 13 years, and after going through this, I've been uprooted and I don't know what to do next. So with that said, thank you guys. And I don't know why also, we'll finish on this note, completely off topic. I've been watching Jason Blaha, Eric Konevsky, Brandon Campbell, the man. I've been watching all you guys, Max Tuning. No, I don't watch him. I go through phases because he's cringe but awesome. Nick Wright, I've been watching him. I've been watching all you dudes. No one has ads anymore. So what happened, YouTube? Last time I made a video, I had ads, as many as I wanted to put on after 10 minutes of video. So I'm gonna upload this and I don't think it's gonna have ads on it. So YouTube, you are what's wrong with the world. And there's no desire I have to be on this platform, but I have a desire to film myself doing things, to watch myself, to critique myself, to create, to inspire, to connect. But YouTube, you're literally the worst. So yeah, you're not really serving the people, you're just failing us. But anyways, guys, thank you, and that's it. All right, well, that wraps up the workout at least. Awesome workout. Knee is definitely doing well and everything feels good. It's just a matter of getting a surgeon to look at my eye and take the next steps from there. So I called 3 surgeons in Florida and they're not available till June or July. So I'm just gonna spend the day and whatever calling doctors and trying to get an appointment. I have no idea where my week's gonna go, but now you all know why the break's been real, and it is real indeed. So yeah.